Is the issue of the deductions for mortgage from your members. Why are you doing that?
Nobody does that. Deductions.
You think there's no plan to deductions? Deductions.
Even if there was such plan, it is not something that we're talking on an official platform. What is happening is that we come to understand that most members that do come to the National Assembly, you come and spend the whole tenure. At the end of the day, you end up being a tenant. And by the expiration of your tenure, you find members, former members, coming back to Abuja, the FCT, where they could have one or two things to do. And at the end of the day, they will have no place to even stay. So we have now come up with an idea. It's not even we leaders kept coming up with this idea. It is coming up from the backdrop of an interaction between the House Committee, the chairman of the House Committee on House Services, and a private developer company that now came and met, brought it up as an informal thing. And we now sat down in an informal manner, under an informal environment, took the matter to members, and whoever was interested could now accept to key in. But as I speak to you, no one member has even filled the form.
You seem to be on the same page with the Speaker, who says padding is not an offense. And a lot of Nigerians who are watching are getting so angry about the issues about this padding. And a lot of people who are watching, some of your members have said that padding has always been there anyways.
If I may use this usual term used by lawyers, remember the Speaker is a lawyer. For the Speaker to have said that, he may have his legal reasons, professional reasons why he said so. But for someone like me, who is a layman on court, I would not adduce to that statement. What I would have rather said is that even if there could be a crime contained in the laws of the land that is called padding, that word padding is not applicable and cannot be applied to any member operating legitimately in the engagement of the Appropriation Act, not a lawyer.
Are you worried about all of these allegations on the table?
Which allegations? When you are alleged to have committed what you have not committed, why should I be worried?
You are being investigated already.
Who is investigating me?
The FCC has petitions against you. The ICPC has petitions against you.
Get me right. People like me who come from a very robust and radical political background, Kano, are not afraid.
Would you be stepping down, Honorable Doguwa?
To step down for what? To step down
for investigation to take its full course.
To step down in the face of baseless allegations.
In other crimes, Honorable Doguwa, would have stepped down.
Would you ask the Senate President to now step down in the face of the CCT charges against him?
It's left to him. He's on the moral ground.
Okay, leave that to me also. It's now left to me to resign or not to resign. And
morally, is it justified? Is it justified that you stay in office with all of these allegations hanging around your neck?
As long as it is not stated or captured in the budget of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, for me, it's morally right. And I have no cause whatsoever to contemplate resigning my lawful position simply because I'm facing a baseless allegation. An allegation that I know is just a mere street talk, and it will come to pass.
If you are found guilty on these allegations, what would you say then?
What would you say if I'm found not guilty?
We will say maybe you are not guilty then.
Thank God, then we wait. I will be found not guilty and you hail me, my brother.
How soon are you reconvening?
Reconvene?
The session. Are you reconvening anytime soon?
We can't reconvene sooner than the time fixed. We are reconvening.
Even with all of these on your table?
What are those things on our table? What are those things? These are common. These are things that are ordinarily happening all the time. My brother, these are only unusual things happening on unusual circumstances. For the House to reconvene, for the House to reconvene must be an issue that border on the state business that border on the lives and security of Nigerian people, not things that have peripheral.
One of the biggest job that you have signed up on is the budget. It's one of the biggest jobs of the National Assembly.
Yes.
And you have these kind of allegations, and you think it's not worth you reconvening, coming back from your research?
It's not, absolutely. Because these are allegations coming from an unfounded background.
So are you able to sleep at night with all of these allegations?
When you came down here, you found me sleeping.
So you're not worried at all?
I'm not worried at all because it's an unfounded allegation. It is insensitive as far as I'm concerned. I'm only worried in the state of the circumstances of the nation. Let us get moving. A budget has been signed already. The president signed it. Let us push in. Let us inject some funds so that the economy could move. That is my only worry about it. But not worried because of baseless allegations made by a rogue in the system.
You call your colleague a rogue?
Why not? My colleague that...
It's even your brother because you're from the same state.
My colleague that unfortunately called me a thief. called me a pada in a situation or circumstances where such words cannot apply to an honorable member like me of my own political standing, serving Nigeria in the legislative arm of government for the past 24 years, adopting a small 4-year-old boy coming to call me a pada, and you guys are helping matters, the press must take this thing very serious.
So if you do take it seriously,
yes,
one would think that as a matter of national importance, you will reconvene the House.
No.
What are you afraid of?
It's only a matter that is important only to Abdul Mumini.
Are you afraid of
in any way?
Are you afraid of being removed?
Who should be afraid? Have I started as a principal officer? All the way back 1992, I've been operating just a rat on the floor. This is the first time I'm serving on the leadership pedestal.
And it's even interesting.
If through the process of litigation, through the process of court proceedings, the court legitimately finds me wanted, then of course it doesn't matter. But for now, I cannot offer myself to resign on mere allegations, on pages of papers, on mere allegations.
There are talks in the wings that people are collecting signatures to pass a vote of no confidence on your leadership, the leadership of the House of Representatives.
I think what you should have
Are you aware of that?
I am not aware of that. That is not true. What you should have said was that there are lies on the street. There are lies getting around that such is happening. But what I know is true, and I'm telling you this under oath, that we have collated as much as 251 members' signature.
Out of 360 members?
Of course, passing vote of confidence to the leadership of the House of Representatives under the able leadership of Right Honorable Yakubu.
How did he get them to?
Can I give you this example?
How did he get them to sign?
Let me give you this example.
How did he get them to sign? Is it based on the $2,000, $20,000, $25,000 that you are alleged to have given them?
From Kano State alone.
Is that true?
From Kano State
alone. Would you answer to that allegation?
From Kano State alone.
Would you answer to that allegation?
We have exactly 20 members signing vote of confidence.
I would like you to answer.
Where else would you expect Abdul Mumini to have garnered that kind of number of people? If Abdul Mumini could have such number around him, why Abdul Mumini going around to EFCC, to the party secretariat, to the police headquarters alone, only surrounded by security aides under complete threat? If he really had that number, you should have seen him going around in company of competent and honorable members around him.
All right, it got heated, but then, okay, that's a moral issue. Some of the things that are posed to him. But we're going on a short break. Mr. Robert Clark is still with us on the program. Stay with us.